Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we are jumping straight into a really fascinating strategic chess game. We're looking at the extended stay business accommodation market, and we're zeroing in on Hong Kong. We've got source material detailing what I'm calling the Great Swap. It's a huge reshuffle by a key player, Emperor Entertainment Hotel. They've just pulled off two massive real estate deals at the same time. One is a huge sale, and the other is an even bigger, much more expensive acquisition. So, our mission today is to really unpack the logic here. The question isn't just what they did, but why. Why would you take such a punishing loss on one property just to immediately turn around and spend that cash, plus a lot more, on a premium one? What's the bet they're making?
And that bet is everything. I mean, if you want to understand the Asia-Pacific property market right now, this is it. These kinds of high-stakes, quick decisions, they reveal the real drivers. We're talking geopolitical shifts. We're talking about the kind of talent Hong Kong is trying to attract. We need to put that aha moment, the calculation that makes a huge short-term loss look like a brilliant long-term move.
Okay, let's start with the surprising part then, the sale. Emperor Entertainment Hotel sold off a pretty significant asset, a property called the Unit Davis. This was a 57-unit serviced apartment block. It's in Kennedy Town, which is, an up-and-coming area, but still a secondary location. And the sale price they agreed on was HK $275 million. That's about, what, 35.4 million US dollars.
Right, and here's the detail that should make you sit up. That HK $275 million was not a good price. It was a staggering 44% drop from its 2022 valuation.
Wait, 44%?
44%, down from HK $490 million just a couple of years ago. I mean, selling a property for nearly half its value is a drastic move.
A 44% loss is huge. It's not just a small discount to get a quick sale. So my immediate question is, why? If the market's a bit soft, why not just hold on? Why sell right now and take that kind of financial hit?
That's the core of it, and the sources are pretty clear. This wasn't a panicked fire sale. It was a tactical withdrawal. They needed cash, and they needed it fast.
For what?
For the hospitality business. The move was explicitly to enhance financial flexibility and boost their working capital. They basically decided that the cost of waiting for a better price was actually higher than the cost of taking that 44% hit right now.
So it was a trade-off.
Exactly. And crucially, those proceeds were already earmarked, part of it to settle the acquisition, the big one we're about to get to, and the rest for general working capital.
Yeah.
So this sale wasn't about shrinking. It was about turning let's say, a slightly sluggish asset into pure cash to buy an A-plus asset.
Okay, so they took a painful, very public hit in a secondary location, Kennedy Town, to build up a war chest for a major push right into the heart of the city. This confirms they're not just swapping like for like, they're dramatically upgrading their entire strategy.
It's a pivot to quality.
Right. Let's talk about that pivot, the high-stakes acquisition. So Emperor Entertainment Hotel is buying a brand new serviced apartment building, and this one is right in the Central District, the financial hub.
And the jump in scale here is it's profound. The new property in Central costs HK $700 million.
So roughly 90 million US dollars.
Yes. This deal completely dwarfs the sale. It's like selling your reliable family sedan and immediately buying a top-of-the-line sports car. The ambition is on a totally different level.
And how they're doing the deal is also interesting. It's an internal transaction, right? From their parent company, Emperor International Holdings.
That's a key detail. An internal deal signals that the entire group is behind this strategy. They can structure the payments in phases, which smooth things out, and, it insulates them from external market friction. It's a sign of total commitment.
The confidence is just fascinating. They just took a massive loss, but they're immediately spending nearly 3 times that amount on this new location. It screams that they believe the long-term payoff from the central property justifies all the pain of that 44% drop. So what are they betting on? What market forces make a HK $700 million gamble like this make sense?
They're betting on Hong Kong's comeback. Specifically, its ability to attract very high-value professionals. The whole rationale for this huge investment comes down to a rising demand for luxury serviced apartments. And that demand is being fueled by some major government-backed initiatives.
Okay, like what?
Well, the first big one is the new Capital Investment Entrance Scheme. It's been brought back, and it's designed specifically to attract high-net-worth individuals to move their capital and, their residency back into the city.
And those people, they're not going to be scrolling through local rental listings. They need instant, high-end, fully serviced places to live the moment they land. They're not going to settle for anything less than premium, especially in Central.
Precisely. For these capital inflows, service departments aren't just housing, they're essential infrastructure. They offer a flexible, high-end solution while these individuals get set up without all the friction of a traditional long-term lease.
And that leads to the second driver, I assume, the push to attract other professionals.
Directly. The city's been very aggressive in attracting specialized professionals and expatriates, and it's starting to work. Companies are sending key people for extended assignments. We're talking months, not just a few days. These people need seamless extended stay options.
That segment is so important. The business traveler who needs a place for a few months. Platforms and companies that specialize in exactly that have become, well, almost like a utility for corporations moving teams into the Asia-Pacific region.
Absolutely. This has been a growing need for decades, really. That specific market for service departments, hotels, service offices, for stays that are longer than a typical trip, the demand is shifting. It's becoming core business infrastructure.
What else makes Central so special? Why that specific location for such a premium price?
Well, there are two other massive factors. Third is that Hong Kong's role as the financial gateway to mainland China is still fundamentally crucial. You have executives constantly moving between the mainland and global markets. They need a base, and that base has to be in Central,
And the fourth?
the Greater Bay Area. Hong Kong's role in that connectivity framework guarantees a steady stream of high-level business travel and long-term project teams. If you're servicing the GBA, you have to be in the geographic and financial heart of the city. There's no substitute.
So if you put it all together, Emperor is making a huge bet that these macro drivers, the capital schemes, the expat flow, the GBA, are going to create a steady stream of high-margin clients who demand the best location and the best quality.
A stream of clients that the old property in Kennedy Town just couldn't attract.
Okay, but these deals aren't happening in a vacuum. What's the broader Hong Kong property market actually like for these kinds of assets right now?
That's a great question because the context is challenging. That 44% drop wasn't a total outlier. The sources confirm a general trend where service department assets, especially in secondary locations, are being sold at reduced valuations. There's a broader value correction going on.
So other properties are on the market or seeing price cuts?
Yes. It suggests that, the cost of capital is up, risk assessments are changing, buyers are being extremely picky, and sellers are willing to make a deal if they have a larger strategic goal in mind.
Which raises a huge point about their strategy. Their willingness to take a major loss on a secondary asset just to immediately pour all that capital and more into a prime one. It suggests a dramatic shift. It's not about having a big portfolio anymore. It's about having the right portfolio.
It absolutely is. Their logic is crystal clear. To capture this high-value professional market that government policy is actively trying to attract, they must have a premium asset in Central. They're willing to sacrifice a B-tier building that was losing value to lock down an irreplaceable A-plus tier building.
It's quality over quantity.
Exactly. They're retooling their entire business model.
It's like creative destruction happening in real time, sacrificing an old asset to fund the one they need for the future. That's the kind of agility you need in the APAC extended stay market. You have to be willing to take a painful loss today, like that 34% drop, to secure your position for tomorrow's premium profits.
And for you, the listener, watching this unfold gives you incredible insight into how major companies weigh risk and reward in these complex markets. This isn't just a property deal, it's a strategic operational decision. They're buying the infrastructure they need to capture a very specific, very lucrative slice of the global mobility market.
Which brings us to a final thought to leave you with.
Given this market trend of reduced valuations we've talked about, this broader softness, Emperor Group's massive HK $700 million vote of confidence in Central raises a fascinating question. Are service departments in prime locations no longer just seen as passive real estate investment?
And
instead, are they now viewed as critical, high-yield operational infrastructure? The necessary hardware to support Hong Kong's big push to attract international capital and talent. And if that's true, does the old way of valuing real estate even apply to these specialized, high-service assets anymore?